It's so hot. Oh, we need the Vaseline. Which meant it all came down to Cleo.
Just use some baby oil. That's what Diddy would give you. Hey, if you have Diddy in your cell, you know what I'm saying? You got free baby oil. You can slip through this. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Lit Fam. Now today, bro, we got How to Escape Alcatraz with Basic Engineering by the boy Mark Rober, bro. I've been meaning to react to Mark Rober for the longest time, and you know, it was just kind of convenient. He released a video pretty recently, and this looks super interesting, bro. He's literally gonna show us basically how to escape prison, bro. And that's funny because if you guys follow my gaming channel, which you should, RICHLEV Gaming, I just played a game about prison life. So yeah, this is all coincidence. You know what I'm saying? That I'm seeing this right now. So without further ado, Mr. Grab your popcorn. Let's see.
This is Alcatraz, the world's most famously secure prison. And today, I'm gonna try and escape. This does not feel good, but I'll be doing it in a very...
This also reminds me too, because I just recently have finished a really good peak show that I recommend you guys watch. Is Prison Life. No, not Prison Life. Prison Break. Prison Break is one of the best shows I've ever watched in my life, bro. That, and then I just finished watching Blacklist not too long ago. Really good too, but bro, oh my gosh, Prison Break, I was addicted to that show, bro. I even had like one of their sound in my soundboard before, chat, but I took it off because it's like copyright and stuff. But anyways, like, dude, I was so addicted to that show. That would be what I look forward to during the day, not anything else, just watching that show.
Specific way by recreating the exact same actions these three daring prisoners took. This is a tight squeeze when they executed their year-long plan in what many consider to be the most ingenious prison escape in recorded history.
Okay, chat, I'm sorry to keep talking about the show, but dude, is this a coincidence? It did the whole down there so they can work on stuff. This is literally just like the show, bro. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but this is basically the premise of the show. They try to break out of prison and through their cell by doing a hole like this.
Planned in what many consider to be the most ingenious prison escape in recorded history. So to pull this off, they gave me unrestricted access to the whole prison because our goal is to use modern technology along with our own engineering skills to determine once and for all whether these three escapees actually made it safely to land. Guys, we are no longer in a raft. Or if they vanished forever in the frigid, shark-riddled waters of the San Francisco Bay.
Oh my God, there's sharks in the water? That has to be a strategic placement, right? You know what I'm saying? For like, you know, if they do escape, shit, your ass want to get ate now.
We're gonna make it!
Yo. That's insane. Okay,
I cannot believe
this
they
looks
would
so
spend
good.
23 hours a day in this tiny little
Oh my
cell.
gosh.
On June 11th,
look at little bro sleeping, bro. Hey, wake up, dude.
1962 at 9:30 p.m., this exact jail cell would have seemed pretty unremarkable to any of the guards on duty and to all but 3 of the prisoners held here on the island. Because that's the night those 3 prisoners...
Chat, I just know, like, it smells crazy in that bitch, bro. Just think about it, right? All these, you know what I'm saying? There's probably hundreds of these things just in this one area, bro. Just think about all the different body odors, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hell no, because you know niggas not taking a shower in jail, bro.
3 of
they
the
don't
prisoners held here on the island. Because that's the night those 3 prisoners decided they were finally going to attempt their escape after nearly a year of meticulous planning and preparation.
That's it.
But in order to pull this off, starting right here...
Bro, I wonder if Prison Break actually took this. They probably did, huh? They took this as inspiration to make the show, this breakout.
Cells, they would need to execute their elaborate 6-part escape plan flawlessly, eventually taking them up and out of the prison, down to the water, and across the bay to their freedom.
Bro.
And to pull this off would require countless strokes of genius. Like
hell
fake
yeah.
vents to
Bro, do you know how much brain power you have to, you know, have and like you said, meticulous planning to really even consider doing this? Even considering is crazy on its own, but then actually going through with it and following through and actually doing it, dude, like that's an incredible feat that 99% of people are not gonna be able to do, bro. You need a specific type of team to do this, and the fact that they did it with only 3 people, that's insane. Like, I don't get that, but I guess we're gonna see right now.
their digging progress, fake bolts made from sculpted soap, or a homemade raft fashioned from prison-issued raincoats. But all 6 of those critical steps started right back here with the decoy, moments after lights out at 9:35 p.m. Since they weren't expected out of bed until roll call the next morning, they needed a way to not sound the alarms with empty beds when guards came by to perform head counts several times during the night. So they placed fake heads like these on their pillows that they had spent 2 months crafting out of soap, concrete dust, toothpaste, toilet paper, and actual human hair.
That's yo, that's actually so insane, bro. And like from this angle, if you're thinking about it, you know, the college is just going through, checking if anybody's there or whatever. They're not gonna be like specifically looking unless you do cause problems or whatever. But I'm sure these guys, you know, were probably on their best behavior and stuff, so they just, you know, count them off anyways. But dude, this looks pretty damn real. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that they made it just with the things that they have, you know what I'm saying? They got nothing delivered to them, anything special to make this. They just doing it with whatever they have. Wow, that's crazy. It just shows how genius they were, you know?
Kind of creepy, and it shows how good the heads are, because I feel like I'm in a jail cell with a sleeping man, just out of the corner of my eye.
The only thing that's missing is the snoring. Now at this point, it's worth mentioning these weren't your average prisoners. Frank Morris had an IQ of 130, and he was the mastermind who planned everything. Then brothers John and Clarence Anglin, while not as smart as Frank, were resourceful and good with tools. All three had previous—
That's all you need, bro. You need people with specialties. To do something, to pull off something like this, you literally need something with specialties. So like you said, that one guy had an IQ, crazy IQ, you know what I'm saying? And the other two guys, they might not be as smart as him, but they're smart in different areas, and like you said, resourceful in certain ways. That makes everything come together. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, you know, I know everybody tries to say, oh, I'm smarter than someone, or you're not smart, you're dumb, whatever, chat, but everybody is smart in their own ways, you know, in life. You know what I'm saying? We all have like our specialties that we're good at, and just because you're not smart in one area doesn't mean you're fucking literally restarted, bro. So don't let people tell you that or whatever. It's just, you know, people love to judge online and stuff. That's all people do online. But yeah, just in general, you know, you have your specialties, and in this case, they had their specialties and allowed them to fucking break out of prison, bro.
Escape from other prisons, so they were sent to Alcatraz because no one had successfully escaped in its 28-year history. So in order to assess and truly appreciate every aspect of their bootleg prison engineering, I needed to recreate all the steps they took in their escape. So I assembled a prison break team of my own with Johnny Harris.
Hey, Johnny Harris. I just watched one of his videos lately, bro. It's really good.
And
good journalist.
Cleo would be the mastermind, and Johnny and I would be the slightly dumber pair of brothers.
Really, really good.
So we gathered up all the exact same materials they had at their disposal.
Never made a fake head before, but I think we can do it.
And began the first test.
I'm gonna start mixing.
Mixing what?
Yeah, what are we doing?
It's a good idea. It's fair to say.
Oh, they're trying to mold the face.
This team lacked experience.
This is Mark Rober with his hat.
Despite all that, I think they turned out pretty good.
These are amazing.
Because it turned out all you really needed to do was bring in your most artistic friend, Brooke. Whose do you want to start with?
I will start with, oh God.
Brooke.
Isn't this cheating though? They brought in a fourth person. They only did it with 3, man. Come on.
Save us.
And having Brooke to help us actually put us on par with the original escapees, because they had their own resident artist in one of the brothers, Clarence Anglin, who also—
okay, so it's not cheating because they had their artist too. Okay, that makes sense.
And painted as a hobby, so he provided the paint. His brother John, on the other hand, worked in the barbershop, so he provided the actual
hair. Oh my.
Hello.
Is that how you see me?
See, that's another thing too that's very important. It's not only you three, like the main masterminds, but also getting just little tiny bits of help from different parts of the jail. Just like I said, the barber shop, the artistic friend and stuff. Like certain people can play certain roles, you know, even though they're not going to be a part of the big breakout, but they don't know, like if you just ask for certain things, they don't have to know what it's being used for, you know. It's like, hey, like I just need some hair. That is weird though. Like what would you need hair for? I just want a hair transplant, man. I'm going bald, you know?
Oh my God.
So with our picture-perfect facsimiles finished, we put our heads to the test with prison guard Bam,
Prisoner check,
who had been told all 3 of us remained asleep in our beds. And our outcome was significantly different than theirs.
Oh.
I told you, Johnny.
It almost worked.
why are eyes so wide open like that?
Yeah, that would scare me, bro. Like, why are you sleeping with your eyes open, dude? You dead?
Providing early evidence, these weren't your average prisoners.
All right, next test.
Now that their diversion was set, at 9:37 p.m., they grabbed some tools and crawled through a hole in their jail cell wall they had spent the previous 6 months secretly digging out.
Oh my
So this
gosh.
is the actual hole they crawled through to escape. As you can see, it is not very large. Wow. This is—
Wait, that's the actual hole? Like they never closed it? Yo, that's actually freaking sick, bro. I would want to see that just to see, you know, the path they took, because this is a claustrophobia nightmare right here.
A very tight squeeze.
How the fuck they fit in
There was a
there?
head start on digging. They decided to enlarge an already existing air vent hole underneath each of their sinks. Since they obviously didn't have access to power tools, they had to get creative, primarily using stolen spoons from the cafeteria that they'd fashioned into picks by removing the round part. So to gain a better appreciation for what this would actually take, it was time
that would take a long time doing that thing.
for my jailbreak crew to get to work on a replica prison cell we built in Crunch Labs using concrete that was similar to what they would have faced.
My fingers are starting to get tired, and it's literally
wow,
2
you're
seconds.
so soft.
We became clear.
L prisoners, bro. Be tougher, man. Come on. We all like digging at walls with spoons, bro. Let's go. I do that every day.
Why it would have taken them months
Prison breaking is hard.
to painstakingly scrape their way to a hole big enough to escape from.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Which begs the question, how do you cover up your digging progress so the guards don't discover it
Yeah, how
during
do
their
they cover
routine
it?
room inspection. So to answer that question, I headed to the prison archives to meet a good friend of mine, Adam Savage.
How you doing?
Adam Savage. That's such a cool ass name. Adam Savage. God damn. Like, you gotta be like an artist or something, or just some type of public figure with that name, bro.
A lot of myth-busting knowledge on this topic.
We didn't know that there were still pieces of the original thing until we called over here, and they're like, yeah, come on down, we can show them to you.
One of the first things he showed me was this. Basically, they created an incredibly realistic vent cover made from just cardboard, notebook covers, and soap, which they then painted prison green using spare paint they stole from.
Hey, these prisoners, they like it when you drop the soap. And not for any, you know, weird reason. They're gonna use it for their escape plan, bro. They use soap for pretty much everything. That's crazy. I mean, that makes sense though, because that's like one of the things they're gonna probably constantly get, obviously, to take showers and stuff. Do they use things? But they get notebook paper though. They probably just give that to prisoners home. I don't know. I never. So, but yeah, that's crazy. Notebook paper, soap, and what did he say? The other thing?
Realistic vent cover made from just cardboard, notebook covers, and soap, which they then painted prison green using spare paint they stole from a maintenance shop.
From a maker standpoint, this is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
To make this out of like homegrown materials you're scabbing from the prison shop and to have looked this good like a concrete wall is
literally
incredible.
Back in prison,
and it doesn't have to look all perfect too, because obviously, you know, the prison walls are not perfect and they have scuffs and stuff, so it's like you don't have to try to construct something perfect compared to like if you're trying to mimic a brand new house or something and, you know, trying to cover something. That's gonna be way harder, more difficult.
we were making some progress, but it wasn't exactly quiet work. Our three escapees faced this same issue and came up with a clever solution. Every night from 5:30 to 7 was music hour for all the inmates. So one of them would loudly play an accordion while one kept watch for guards with a makeshift periscope and the third one scraped away. And this noise management system turned out to be pretty effective.
Oh my God, that's so loud.
God damn. Bro, those things are loud as shit though, bro. They get annoying after a while. Like, damn, stop playing that shit, man.
We're escaping from Alcatraz.
Don't say that out loud. Sorry, let's no. Sorry.
Our efforts were proving
say
that
that,
digging
right?
through concrete with a headless spoon was very slow work. And this must have been something Frank Morris, the mastermind, concluded as well, because he ended up getting his hands on an old vacuum used for maintenance, exactly like the model shown here. And then if you pop off the top shell and then remove the fan assembly, you will find
We have a modified power drill.
and that ought to speed things up a little bit.
gosh.
All the inmates had power outlets in their cells that allowed them to use things like electric shavers, or in this case, bootleg engineered power drills. So with the accordion once again masking the sound, they resorted to an improved method of drilling a series of holes and then using the spoons to remove the remaining excess material between the holes. And as much as this did increase our output as well, it was clear this would still take weeks, and I wanted to get to the crawl-through test. So I raised the white flag and resorted to an air hammer, which they definitely didn't have at their disposal.
Yeah, I mean, everything they did was definitely going to be, you know, time consuming regardless, because they just don't have, you know, certain materials to make it faster. So yeah, I mean, they probably sped things up in their head, but speeding things up for them is weeks. For us, it's like, oh, let me speed things up by a couple hours. Like, no, bro, it's not the same for them. Like, they have to just go with whatever they got.
Until the hole was the exact same size as the holes in their cells.
Look at how much like
Oh my
concrete
gosh.
they would have had to remove from the premises, right?
Put it all in their pockets.
Put it out in the yard. Yeah, but this is the actual size of the hole they escaped from.
Like, how the hell do you fit through there? Like, that ass, bro. You got no gap.
I can smell the freedom.
So it turns out they were like 135 pounds.
These are tiny, dude.
That makes sense. So 135 pounds, you skinny enough to fit through a hole like that. That makes sense. Like, I weigh more than that, bro.
My head will fit through here. Pat goes first. Now
Like, in my peak muscular shape when I was working out and stuff, like, I was, you know, 170 or so. I'm pretty bulky, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's literally 40 pounds less than me.
have to make it.
Sheesh.
Oh crap. Oh, there's no way. Let's push him. Oh, there's no
my
way
gosh.
this guy's done through all that work.
Johnny mixed things up with
Hell
the
no.
first approach.
Hey, he got half his body in though. That's actually impressive.
My head's so hot. I need the Vaseline.
Which meant it all came down to Cleo.
Just use some baby oil. That's what Diddy would give you. Hey, if you have Diddy in your cell, you know what I'm saying? You got free baby oil. You can slip through this bitch.
Totally do this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see? Like, they literally have to be as small as her, bro.
Send help, Cleo. Cleo!
Yo,
Bro, she's already gone.
she left you guys.
All right, well, you want a game of tic-tac-toe, I guess? Okay. Back to our prisoners. With step 2 out of the way, at 9:48 p.m., they found themselves in sort of a secret passageway between the cells. But the problem was, they'd have to silently make their way to step 3 that was 4 stories
How the fuck did they
above
get
them.
up,
Here's
though?
the holes. They would crawl out right here into this utility quarter, which honestly is pretty spacious. But more importantly, they had to make it to the loft. And there's all these pipes that basically act as ladders. And lead them all the way up
They use the
to-
pipes?
Right.
That's not dangerous though. The pipes were like not ever super hot or anything. I don't know how the engineering will work with the pipes. I just feel like that would be dangerous. And if to hold their body weight, they're not the heaviest people, so probably not the biggest problem, but still, I don't know. I'm just thinking, trying to play devil's
This
advocate.
was the roof of the cell block, but when they got here that night, there was already a homemade life raft and life vests, homemade paddles, and makeshift flashlights waiting for them. And that's because
What?
this wasn't their first time up here. They had been sneaking up here for months,
Really?
using the same decoy heads and fake vent covers, bringing up their hidden homemade tools every night as they fabricated their means for escape.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, they're still, this is part of the plan, making sure everything is set in place. They can't just fucking make that hole and go up here and just be like, oh, okay, let's figure it out from here. Like, no, bro, they have to literally scope out like layer by layer by layer. Just like in the Prison Break show, if you guys know, like, dude, the plan took a very, very long time. And even then, you know, there was some complications. So you just gotta like, to do things like this, it takes lots and lots of preparation and going back and forth and going back and forth, bro.
And they knew about this spot because one of them was actually assigned to work up here for a couple hours during the day, painting the ceiling and doing general maintenance under the watchful eyes of the guards patrolling right across the hall. So they devised a plan, and every day he would sweep dust down onto the polished floors below, and when the guards and other prisoners eventually complained about the mess, he proposed a simple solution, hanging up blankets in these locations to stop the dust from falling down, creating themselves a private little workshop in the process. So of course, once they hung out the blankets, that
That's
means they
smart.
could work up here undetected for months, coming up every night, doing some work, calling down in the
Damn.
morning. Frank Morris, the mastermind, just an absolute
That's actually so fucking smart, bro. I would never think about that.
genius. And of course it makes sense then why during the day they'd work as slowly as possible, taking months to not even finish painting the whole ceiling. Oh, this is cool. So you could literally see how far he made it
Whoa.
over just to buy themselves more time. Frank worked in the
Dude, that is, I mean, obviously it's not a good thing to escape jail or whatever, but you know, just the historical artifact of this, it's super cool. You know what I'm saying? To see like the remnants of the paint, the hole in the wall that was real. It's crazy to think about. Like these masterminds just, they was broke out of prison. Now we're seeing all the steps that they did and literally remnants of the things that they were trying to do.
by
Or
themselves.
that they did,
more
not
time.
trying.
Frank worked in the library, which gave him access to reading materials like Popular Mechanics, where he learned some of the skills they used for designing their paddles and constructing the raft and life preservers made from over 50 Army-issued raincoats they had borrowed or stole from other inmates. Bear in mind,
Yo.
these weren't exactly ideal working conditions.
None of this is ideal.
Any
Literally.
noise they make up here just echoes throughout the entire prison. On top of that, this is where the guards would patrol back and forth with Thompson submachine guns, keeping an eye on all the prisoners. So it's wild that just 15 feet away, these guys were literally fabricating their means for escape. And now that they had completed step 3
That's
and were
crazy.
ready to head to the roof with all their provisions, it was our turn to do the same by building the actual rafts we would use to make our own escape. So now we're up to the
That's the thing, like the guards is like the most, I guess, difficult part to worry about, bro. It's not really predictable. I mean, yeah, they have schedules and stuff. And I feel like, you know, you're at the prison, so you're just going through the motions as a guard or whatever. So it's like they have such, you know, a routine that they can follow or have some type of distraction ready to, you know, be able to work down here and not get caught ever. Like that's insane. For how long, you know what I'm saying, they had to just prepare and then do it? Like that's such a long time to just not get caught at all.
We're out of our cells, but the next big step is how do you make it through these frigid, shark-infested waters? What's cool is they had these Popular Mechanics magazines. And inside was how to make a homemade life preserver if you need it.
No way.
Literally, your life preserver, how will it behave if you need it?
This is the one I feel like is the most nonsensical. It's such a refined construction of a life vest. I feel like this is them showing off.
This is absolutely them showing off. It's like get a piece of foam and like a milk jug. You know, it's doing the same thing. Is this a raft?
Our theory was that they made 4 tubes and then realized we don't need the second short one because we can just make it a long triangle.
These tubes are
this
something
makes
like 14
sense.
feet.
Yeah.
That's a yacht. Now, those instructions were applicable for the typical material you find in a rain jacket. So these guys collected like 56 of them. They made life preservers in a raft, which we are about to
That's
some
fucking
smart dudes.
insane.
MacGyver on steroids. Here we go.
Yeah, brain steroids and everything, but I mean, think about it, chat. I feel like you get pushed to being able to unlock these parts of your brain and everything because like they're in prison, bro. Like they got nothing else to do but just, you know, sit with their minds there and stuff. And these guys are like, I want to get the out of here. And I'm gonna do anything to get there.
Found a roll of rubberized canvas that matched the material of the prison issue rain jackets and then cut them into rain jacket size strips.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's satisfying.
Satisfying flow. Wow.
Oh, that was so unsatisfying.
And then we used period accurate rubber cement to glue the segments together with 2.5-inch seams.
Our life depends on these seams. If one of these even has a little leak,
Oh,
My applicator already broke. Are there more applicator?
And then fully sealed the deal with some hammer time.
hey.
And if this seems insanely loud, don't worry.
I'm gonna cover it up.
Oh yeah, I play that
We brought
thing.
the Accord.
Super effective.
And with that, we rolled it onto itself.
That would honestly work if I was a guard, because I'm purposely moving away from this area so I don't have to hear that annoying shit, bro. So I'm cooked.
Sealed the ends, which led to the final test, seeing if we could inflate it using the same secret weapon the escapees had.
oh yeah.
They took an accordion and actually used it as an air pump.
As an air
Yeah.
pump,
there you
yo,
go.
that's so smart.
See? Okay.
The fate of our survival
What?
rests on this moment. This is an actual raft we will be using to cross the shark-infested Alcatraz waters. Here we go.
Wait, so you guys are actually gonna go in those waters, like those specific ones, or is it gonna be like a simulation, like you're going somewhere else but pretending it's there? Because if you're going in the actual shark-infested waters, hey, props to you, bro. Dedication, not my black ass.
Oh my god, it's working. It's working. Keep going.
And over
it's
the course
working.
of about 37 squeaky pumps, we had a fully inflated raft.
The
What?
accordion is the unsung hero, or I guess it's
Little bit
sung.
Yeah, it's sung.
The
Yeah, it
all-important
sings a lot.
question was,
Listen for a leak.
is it fully airtight?
Nothing.
Cleo's overjoyed response
looks good.
made clear that if we just repeated that exact same thing 2 more times, we'd have a fully functioning raft. Next for the inmates was
Yo, that's
making it
crazy.
onto the roof. But before they do that, it's worth looking at their tools and appreciating that while they didn't have college degrees, they certainly thought like engineers because
Hell
they
yeah.
were resilient problem solvers. And to me, this is what it means to think like an engineer. And this is such an important skill to develop for life. It's written right on the side of
Facts.
every Crunch Labs build box that gets delivered to your door every month, where we build a really fun
That is facts, and I'm not like, you know what I'm saying, a professional engineer or whatever. When I did go to college before I dropped out, I was going for software development, you know what I'm saying, which, you know, it does have engineering aspects to it and stuff. But yeah, it's just like when he's saying think like an engineer, it's just, you know, think about how to solve problems, because that's what engineers do. They solve problems, and no matter how hard it is, they know that there's something to solve it, you know what I'm saying? So you have to think of like an engineer, like how can I problem solve this? How can I do this in a way that's gonna help me with my problem? But obviously, you know, people have different levels of whether it's intelligence or just the problem solving ability, I guess you could say, to the point where, you know, they can think outside of a box or think inside of it, if that makes sense. Inside out, outside in. There's a whole bunch of ways of thinking and stuff, but, you know, just being open to thinking like an engineer is an important aspect of life, because you could apply that, you know, to just life problems and life things, you know, that you go through that's inevitable, and just think like an engineer. Think about how you could solve this problem in the best way possible without, you know, having certain side effects or certain defects, if you want to compare it to engineering. Like, it's just a whole bunch of things, chat. And I'm not the smartest person either. I don't ever come off like it. You guys literally call me stupid all the time, but, you know, I do know, you know, basics of life and things. Like, I know how to correlate things. I'm an open-minded person. I'm open to learning everything. I love learning. It's the best thing ever, you know? But yeah, chat, that's basically what he means.
together and then learn all about the fascinating physics that makes them work. But the best part is, just like I do with my YouTube videos, we hide the vegetables. So you're learning all these useful life skills like resilience, but every step of the journey is really fun. On top of that, each month your box has a chance to contain the platinum ticket. And if you get it, then you're coming out to Crunch Labs to build with me and my team for it.
Oh
so if
my
you're a
gosh.
kid looking for something to put at the top.
See, like, this is actually something, you know what I'm saying, that would be good to get kids for a gift or whatever, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, learning about engineering and stuff, things to actually advance their brain a little bit instead of getting like, bro.
Your Christmas list. or you're just looking to be the household hero by giving it to someone else, head to CrunchLabs.com where we're giving away 2 free boxes for our holiday special, and where you'll find we finally completed our trilogy of creative engineering subscription box options, now ranging from ages 6 to 106.
CrunchLabs, man.
Escapees at 10:45 p.m. They were now at step 4 of their escape plan, ready to head to the roof through this vent.
This right here is the vent they did it through.
And they had previously sawed through the bolt that held the vent shut, and then replaced it with a fake bolt made of soap they had painted to look real.
That is fucking insane. How?
And then replaced it with,
like, dude, this looks so realistic. Like, if he didn't tell me it's rubber, I'm thinking this is screws, bro. Like, nobody's gonna be able to tell the difference.
A fake bolt made of soap they had painted to look real. They'd also previously bent away a restriction bar intended to keep a human from fitting through the ventilation pipe using an ingenious homemade bar spreader consisting of 2 opposite threaded bolts with a threaded turnbuckle in the middle. So when they tightened the turnbuckle with their homemade wrench, the 2 bolt heads would slowly deform the restriction bar until there was room enough to slip through.
So they busted
Oh, that's
through,
smart.
pushed up the metal vent, pushed out their rafts, and crawled to the roof as potential freedom.
We know the exact time they
That's
got
so
on the
crazy,
roof because
bro.
a guard and several inmates reported hearing a loud bang. If you had to push this thing over, it landed on the roof, that's gonna make a lot of noise. That's loud. You could just imagine, they've made it up on the roof. They've got their rafts, they're running.
That's the thing that surprises me about the whole thing is how they didn't get, you know, snitched on. Like, they just getting caught. Like, how the fuck did you don't get caught? Like, there's so, like, I feel like there's so many ways, so many things that can go wrong, bro.
The city of San Francisco behind them, Golden Gate Bridge to their left. And they know they are mere hours away from drowning in these frigid waters or total freedom. It's one or the other. So
Damn,
they came
bro.
here to the edge of the roof, then climbed down the water pipe, made their way along the exercise yard, down by the water tower, and around the power station. Now, what's truly remarkable about that route is they'd have to scale 2 separate 12-foot barbed wire fences with all their gear in tow while going undetected by the armed guards.
And the guards, too, that's what I'm saying.
In order to shoot on sight any prisoner attempting to escape. The final
Yo, that's insane, bro. They ordered to shoot on sight. So, like, it's just a death sentence if you go out there, bro. They don't give you no, you know what I'm saying? No options. I wonder if they do like try to warn you, like, hey, stand down, and then they shoot, or they just, I mean, he did say they're ordered to shoot on sight. So, I mean, on sight is on sight.
part of the escape, conveniently, where you can't be seen by the guard tower, they made their way down this embankment and entered the water right here. Now,
Oh
this
my
beach wasn't
gosh.
the easiest spot for them to access, but Mastermind Frank chose it specifically because it was in a blind spot for all the guard tower searchlights. So now that they were down by the water's
So
edge,
fucking
they
smart.
inflated the rafts using the modified accordion they turned into an air pump and set off to Angel Island. So to get a sense of whether this would even be remotely possible in a homemade raft, we launched our own homemade raft from a beach location that was very similar to theirs. Go, 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 go!
Okay, so they didn't go to the actual waters. You know what? That's okay, bro. We don't have to simulate those real shark infested, you know what I'm saying, waters. I wonder if this waters have sharks though, but it's a beach shore, so I don't think so. Where's this at though? I gotta see.
Careful, careful. I don't want you to break it. This is it, guys. This has to work.
Okay, time to start making the music. Get in there.
It doesn't look like a typical beach,
Johnny, why don't you
so.
start filling one of the others with your mouth?
Okay.
Can you imagine being here on the beach? Being like, the guards might come at any moment.
Blow harder, Johnny.
Literally.
Johnny!
This is not easy.
That doesn't take forever.
Oh no, I didn't prepare for this. Let's get these on. Watch your eye. Oh shoot, I just broke. Oh shit.
Oh, he broke it? How the hell's it gonna work without the
Guys, I'm
thing?
almost full. This one's full.
Oh shit,
No
it's
way
working.
this lasts. This is the first thing I'm ditching.
All right, let's get in the water. Oh, go, 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 go. Get in there.
Oh my gosh.
Cleo, get in, Cleo.
Wait, that wrap actually looks really solid, bro. What the heck?
All right, we gotta get in the water. Let's get in the water. Oh, go, 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 go.
Wow.
Get in there. All right, Cleo, get in, Cleo. Careful on those seams.
Oh shit. It's floating, yeah.
We're free.
No. Nah, that's crazy as hell. 3 people. And it's not
Notice
tipping
it's
over.
not exactly dark, even though we know they launched after lights out in the evening. That's because we ran some tests of our own by strapping 20 GPS devices in waterproof containers to some driftwood, and then we threw them in the water near their launch spot at various times in the tide cycle, and then we tracked where they ended up. And this experiment yielded some very unexpected results.
Whoa, we're looking at some movement here. Wait, this is not what I was expecting to see. We're trying to go over here? Not now.
Because of the strong current, the driftwood logs got got caught up in, none of them even came close to making it to their intended destination, Angel Island, either as the current came in on high tide or went out on low tide. In fact, of all the logs we threw in, only a few ever made it to land during an ideal 30-minute tidal window at a location right about here next to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, so it's not safe, huh?
Probably knew as well by observing debris in the water moving with the tides, meaning all their rumored plans for heading to Angel Island were just diversions, and their real plan was to land here all along. So to maximize our chance of a successful escape, we had entered the water at the same perfect 30-minute tidal window based on the tides for our day.
Hard paddling to freedom, folks.
I wonder if that was intentional, like he knew that, you know what I'm saying, the guards or anybody was gonna find out like someone specific, and he like, you know what I'm saying, kind of wrote out that plan for them to make it seem like, oh, you know, this is where they're gonna go, and then they start searching and they're not even there because it was a whole diversion the whole time.
Hard paddling to freedom, folks. The tide is just pulling us. Let's go. We're moving so fast, man. Guys, this is epic. Look at this.
Yo.
Look at this. Out of the Golden Gate Bridge.
All right, this actually does look kind of fun though, but also really scary because like they're in this little ass raft, 3 people on it, bro.
Look around. This is beautiful. We're free. Oh my God. Wow.
Yo.
Amazing.
Johnny!
Battle. Sorry.
We were feeling optimistic, but once we got about a quarter of the way to the bridge, the waves drastically increased in size.
Damn.
All these waves are free.
See, that's a scary thing.
Oh my way.
That's a scary thing about being in a raft like this is that the current is going to take you, bro. Like if it gets strong enough, there's no paddling you could do for this, bro.
I was getting queasy fast, so I ditched the paddle and adopted a new strategy.
Okay, at this
Oh
point,
my gosh.
we live and die by the current. Paddling is just totally futile. It's just about surviving and like floating our way in the current.
A large portion of my body is underwater right now.
I'm just like engulfed in this thing. I can't
Wait, is it like low-key sinking or what?
move. We're basically sitting
Oh my gosh.
in just a
Or
massive
the
life
waves.
preserver.
Like the world's most dangerous waterbend.
With like sharks swimming around you.
And this was a legitimate concern. Here's an actual clip right off the shore of Alcatraz of a great white
Oh
shark
my
hunting a
gosh.
seal. In fact, when I was scouting out the location the inmates launched their raft, I saw another seal right off the shore.
You know what? These
What?
seals,
Sharks. To make matters worse, I knew in this area great whites hunted primarily at dawn and dusk.
it gives you some real appreciation for what and how they did this.
How
Oh
do you
my
think they were
gosh.
feeling? If they
See, at night, this would be so fucking scary. Like in the daytime, it actually looked pretty peaceful and pretty calm. But the fact that they really did this at night, you know what I'm saying, in the water and everything, like, oh my gosh, bro. It is so dark. So fucking dark, bro. I mean, there's not a whole bunch of light. The bridge offers some lighting, so that's good, I guess. But just dark waters, oh my, that's a nightmare on its own, bro. And then not knowing what's on there, especially with the sharks and stuff, something just randomly come up and get your ass. Like, there's just so much things that could go wrong.
Appreciation for what and how they did this.
How do you think they were feeling if they got this far?
Victorious.
This is a win already.
Oh yeah, if they got like just getting in the water, they feel like, oh damn, that's it, bro. Just getting off that roof onto the water, like that's it for them, bro. They probably felt like they was on top of life at that moment.
Yeah.
But not home free yet.
Big waves! Oh my goodness! These are 6-footers!
He's a white cap.
Literal white cat!
Oh,
Oh, cat time! It is tumultuous on the open sea.
And despite the rough waters, our great escape was going pretty well, right up until the raft started deflating.
We're definitely losing.
yeah, that's one thing I was like thinking in my head, like, bro, at some point this shit's probably gonna start deflating. Either that, or I was worried about the waves getting so big that it actually like tips them over.
This is not good.
The moment I put a little bit of pressure on it, air comes rushing out. I'm holding on tight right here, making sure it doesn't leak.
And I'm holding this one on this side.
And since our trusty accordion pump was back on shore, we had to get creative.
Get some air
Oh
back
my
in
gosh.
there, please, folks. Our survival depends on it.
And to make matters worse,
Water everywhere in here. This is more of a bathtub, dude.
We are up to our
Wow.
waists in water.
The waves are just so high.
Bro, I hope they had a contingency plan, right? Like they have a rescue team nearby. Please tell me, because they just went in here, you know what I'm saying, for the video, took the camera, was like, all right, we doing this. We either doing it, we're not. Like, that's super dangerous. I'm pretty sure there had to be something, like a safety plan.
Water's freezing cold.
But still,
Alcatraz-
even then, it's still scary because you can clearly see they're just in the middle of the ocean right now.
Alcatraz is fading into the distance, and the Golden Gate Bridge is coming closer.
and this was good news,
Bro.
because even if Johnny made it, it was looking more and more likely his dinner wouldn't.
I'm nauseous.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
I might vomit.
Sorry. Okay. I'm paddling. I'm paddling. To the end.
I will not be defeated! I will not be defeated! Oh,
Come on, yo.
This is for freedom! For freedom! Go, Cleo!
For liberty! We're thinking so much faster when our power.
But you know what? You got heart!
Bro.
You got heart! You got freedom!
I'm feeling the intensity through the screen right now.
That's not actually true.
We are really
Wait, what?
putting on a... You got heart! You got freedom!
That's not actually true.
We are really putting on a lot of water!
That is actually true.
We can do this, guys. We can do this. Guys, the bridge is right there. The bridge is right
It's
there.
really
See
close.
Alcatraz is fading with every minute. Guys, we are no longer in a raft.
Oh my gosh.
This is the ocean.
Here, I'm going down. Johnny?
Oh shit.
I'm up to my sternum now. I'm like mostly underwater.
Oh my gosh.
Stay with us. Stay with us.
Bro, that has to feel so scary, dude. Literally feel like you're sinking. You're in the middle of the ocean right now. It's dark. Oh no, this can go so bad.
Johnny looked like he had a plan to fix our sinking situation, but it turns out he was thinking more about content than survival.
Bruh.
Which makes this a good time to mention, no matter what happens here, you should know they both have incredible YouTube channels. Like Cleo just uploaded a video about what we could actually do if a giant asteroid were headed towards Earth.
An asteroid impact is worse than you might think.
And Johnny just uploaded
I might have to watch that video. That sounds super interesting, chat.
a video about the infamous El Chapo prison escape in Mexico.
This place was considered inescapable, but even still, he had escaped through one of his tunnels.
So close.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's still right there. Hold on to that. Hold on. I am.
The current had done about 90% of the work for us, and now it was up to us to make the final push to freedom.
Big push. Go, big push. Come on.
Damn.
Which would have been much easier without my prison-issued footwear.
Oh my God. Come on. We're there.
Wearing steel-toe boots like make it harder to swim? Like,
Oh my God. Land.
why would it? Oh, they made it.
We're from Alcatraz. Oh,
We actually did it.
we're free.
Wow.
Oh my God, I'm so tired right now.
That's one of the hardest things I've ever done my whole life.
Yeah.
So after all that, the question that remains is, did they survive that
That's a
final
W,
step?
bro.
And what we know for sure is the FBI recovered evidence of their escape, like paddles or life jackets, in these 4 locations. But what we also know is on any given night, there's only a 30-minute window where the high tide current will take you from Alcatraz safely to land. And any attempt outside that time frame basically means certain death from hypothermia or drowning. And thanks to a lot of modern science, we of course knew exactly when that 30-minute window was for our escape.
Right,
and so
right.
after checking the historic tide records on the exact night of their escape, for them, that vital window would be between 11:30 and midnight. And according to the FBI records, ingenious Frank Morris, with access to none of the data we had, pushed off right in that sweet spot at 11:30 p.m.
How the fuck, yo? It's like, bro, even with how smart he is, how the fuck? There had to be some type of outside influence, bro. Like phone calls he's making to people and having them like study this specific area or something. Because how the fuck do you know like the perfect time for this tide, bro?
But even with all that, realistically, I still put their odds at less than a 50% chance of surviving the final step. But if anyone was gonna beat those odds,
It was gonna be them.
Serial escape artist, genius IQ, bona fide bootleg prison engineer, Frank Morris.
Yo, that's actually
This year, if you want to
insane.
strengthen that resilience muscle in your brain while having tons of fun along the way, go to crunchlabs.com and use the link in the video description, where we're currently giving away 2 free boxes as a holiday special.
Yeah, I might actually get these, bro. Make a video on Mark Rober's product. You know what I'm saying? Like doing engineering stuff, bro. That actually sounds like a good idea. Let me know what you guys think about that. For my first time, I'm pretty sure it's not my first time watching Mark Rober. Pretty sure I watched him like a long time ago, but I just can't remember. You know what I'm saying? It's not in my recent memory, so I'm gonna call this like my first time, you know, really watching him, especially since I've been reacting to videos. So this was a amazing video. I love this. I love like learning about things, you know, in history and stuff, and how he actually like pretty much tried to act it out and stuff. And the whole rap thing, that was amazing and huge dedication right there. So that deserves a round of applause of itself. And yeah, bro. Now I see why Mike Rober is like a top creator. This is amazing content. You know, so shout out to Johnny and Cleo in the video too. They did an amazing job in their roles. But yeah, chat, this is a great video. Chat, let me know what else you guys want to react to. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.